All right, good morning. Well, right now I'm looking at JMP for a short. And this one, the level 2 isn't really showing. But I'm shorting this one right here at $10. It just broke down below the VWAP. And I'm interested in this one coming down because it had fourth quarter earnings come out, and it shot up all the way here pre-market from, well, yesterday. Let's see. Yesterday it shot up right after the market closed to 950 or so, all the way from 450. And right now pre-market here it's just at $10 and breaking below the VWAP. And a lot of my shorting is based on stocks breaking down below the VWAP. Now this might come up and test the VWAP. The VWAP is currently 1018. But the fact that it has broken down below the VWAP pre-market is an indication that it is weak and that it's not necessarily going to continue on the day here. So just broke below 10 there. I only have 200 shares of this. I'm using 24% of my account. You can see that right down here in the corner. Today I don't really plan to trade the whole day. That just takes a whole bunch of my energy and time. So I'm going to try and take some good trades early on and have a nice profit on the day. And I'm buying back, so I just bought back 100 shares there for $29 realized profit on JMP, and I'm holding the rest in case it moves lower here. So this is a nice move here. Buying the rest here at $9.65. So I'm all out of JMP. I just made $65 and had 3 commissions there. So after commissions, going to be around $55 on the day or so. So that's a great start. I'm going to go grab a piece of paper. So I will be right back. I just want something to make some notes on. And we'll keep breaking down the watch list and look for some more stocks to trade. All right. So I haven't really looked at the gap scanners today. I just pulled up JMP, saw it breaking down there below VWAP, and took that trade. So every morning I turn my computer on. I plug in my external monitors. I have 6 of them right here. And I get everything situated on the screen. I have my charts over here from eSignal. I have my level 2 and platform here from Sterling Trader Pro. And then I have Trade Ideas scanners right here. So once I have everything up here, I'm looking at these scanners from the top down. So ZXZZT is called a test stock, which basically means you can use that to test orders and hotkeys. So if I type that stock in here, I'm not going to do it because it kind of like crowds up my P&L up here, but it says NASDAQ test stock right there. There's actually a ZXZZT, and then ZVZZT is another one. Some other time, see right there, it's just sitting at $10. I can use my hotkeys here to buy and sell this and short it and all that, and it will kind of help me dial in on some hotkeys if I need to make some changes. So my hotkeys are good for now though. So I'm going to keep an eye on JMP. So when I do see a stock I'm interested in, I put it up on one of my other screens here. So JMP, and that way I can monitor it while going through some other stocks. First of all, let's just look at JMP Earnings Snapshot here. Fourth quarter net income of $9 million after reporting a loss in the same period a year earlier. 45 cents per share. So it's a good earnings, which is why this stock is up so much from $5 yesterday. You can see here it closed yesterday at $4.97. So impressive there on JMP, but it's not holding that level. I am going to watch this stock to see if it kind of comes back and tests the VWAP at all. If it does, I'll probably short it again. So I have that on watch. Next on the leading gappers here is VCNX. That's right here on the left of my screen. You can see that it is gapping up 62%. It has a float of 7 million and 4.5 million shares of volume. So I'm going to pull that up right here. VCNX on the level 2, and here on the charts, VCNX. So this one is also below the VWAP and gapping up quite a bit. I'm going to watch this one to see what it does here. If it breaks down more on the 1 minute chart, I'll take a short on it. So I have my hands on the hotkeys ready to short at 460. So I'm shorting there, 455 shares at 460. That's because here it gapped up for this news, which I haven't even looked at yet. And gapped up yesterday, it was at 287. Up here it's at 455. And then it came back right back down below VWAP, and it was kind of testing this moving average here at 470. And so I probably should have taken some profit there. So I'm just watching this to see as it comes down here. So just using 25% of my account right now until I have a cushion on the day or there's something really strong. So basically, I saw it test this VWAP and then break down to the low side here, which is why I shorted it at 460. So I'm taking half of my profit here off the table. Oh, never mind. I added to my position there on accident. So let's see what happens here. My average price is 456 there. I had my hand on the wrong hotkey and added to my position. So I brought my average price down to 456. So I'm watching this to see if it will move down lower or if I need to stop out, because I don't want to be red on the trade, but I'd ideally like to. Okay, so coming back up a little bit here, but it has a bunch of downward pressure there. You saw how quickly it rejected that move up above 450 on the level 2 here. So I want to see this come down to 430 or so. You can see this moving average on the 5-minute chart. So that's my next target of sorts, but I might take some profit before then. Taking off half there at 439, so just bought half my position back. I have been shorting both of these stocks. That means I'm selling shares I don't own. So I have an obligation to buy those shares back. Right now, I'm short 341 shares at an average price of 451. So I'm watching here. I don't want to see it come up over my price, so I'm going to stop out there at 49. Made $80 before commissions on that trade. Let's look at the news here for VCNX. VCNX announces signing of 2 multi-project deals with leading pharmaceutical companies focused on leveraging its active MAB platform. Okay. So, pharmaceutical headline, pharmaceutical stock. I'm looking at JMP again. I'll just pull it up here to see if it's testing that level I was talking about. It is coming up a little bit here, so I am watching this. I'm going to pull the level 2 for JMP up here. JMP. So getting some bigger size here, 300 shares this time. VCNX is continuing lower. VCNX. So I'm not trying to make every single penny I can on each move here. I'm just getting in with good entries and then taking profit as it moves in my direction. If I tried to make every single penny on each move, if I was still in VCNX here, I'd be up, probably $150 or so on the stock, almost double. But it did come up right back up to basically my price, and I absolutely have to manage risk. There's no saying which stock is going to be the one that continues in your direction or comes back up and bites you if you didn't take any profit earlier on. So you always want to take some profit after an initial move. I have been being greedy recently and not taking profit, and it's hurt me and worked for me, and I'm not sure recently if I've been better for it or not. I'm shorting JMP here. Average price of 972. Trying to short it. Okay, so I'm in here, JMP, short at 972. It looks on the 1-minute chart like it's going to come curling back down here. It tested this moving average. That's the 20 EMA here on the 1-minute chart. EMA stands for exponential moving average. So the 5-minute chart, not necessarily as good of a setup, so I am ready to buy this back if need be. But I do believe we're going to see this come lower. Since it is a 1-minute entry, it's not as strong and safe. Oh, there, nice move. So JMP. The tricky one with this one, it's in my level 2 down here on the bottom. The tricky one here is that the level 2 is not going to be showing until 9 o'clock. It's just the way it goes with some of these. So I'm going to take half of my profit off here at 9:45 if I can. So I put an order out to buy 150 at 9:45. It is jumping back up here momentarily on the 1-minute chart. We'll see what it does. It might do a double bottom here, so I will be ready to buy back the whole position here if need be. So my average price is $9.72. It does look a little bit like, so I'm canceling that order that I had there. And I'm ready to buy back the whole position here, 300 shares. This could be a place where I would add if I was being more aggressive, because it did this little pullback on the 1 minute chart. But at this point in the day, I'm not looking to take on huge size. One of my things I like to do is build a profit cushion on the day before I start throwing my whole account or huge amounts of money into any one trade. So you can see down here in the bottom left corner, I'm only using 35% of my account. 35% amounts to $2,916. So here I'm getting that move. So I'm going to buy back 150 shares here if I can. Actually, it does look, yeah. It does look pretty heavy here. It does look like it'll continue down. VCNX has continued down. That one could have been a good short to hold longer, but like I said, at this point of the day, all I'm looking to do is get a little cushion on the day. JMP looks like it's a level here at 945. It's hit 943, 944, 944 3 times now. So if you look on the 1 minute chart or even the 10-second chart, you'll see this wall at 945. So once it breaks below that, it's bound to move lower pretty quickly. Can't see it because it's not on the screen, but VCNX is bouncing off moving average. I'm going to keep JMP up here since I'm in it. So JMP is moving in the opposite direction here, but it is testing this moving average on the 1 minute chart. So I would be adding here if I was being aggressive, but I'm not. I am not stopping out right yet because this does look pretty bearish to me. It could come all the way up to $10 and test the VWAP sometime here, but I'm willing to stick it out a little bit and see what happens. Maybe even add. Because breaking the VWAP, breaking this moving average, definitely indicates that it's not very strong. So on the 1 minute chart, it has reclaimed the 20 EMA, exponential moving average. Just hanging in here, being a little bit risky by holding on to it. It's coming up here, testing the VWAP, and I'm going to sell. Let's see here. I'm going to sell 300 more shares here if I can. at $10. So my average price is now $9.88. It's testing this VWAP here and rejecting it so far. So I'm in with 600, and I averaged up is a short position. That would be called averaging down if it was a long position. But I do want to get out of this if it breaks over 10.20 or so. So we'll see. So coming back down to $10. So I am in with 70% of my account here. So I probably shouldn't add. I should probably just stop out if it goes against me. So just sitting here watching, seeing how this trades here at the VWAP. There has been some buying to get it up to here. Ideally, it will just come back down below this level. The VWAP is 10.13. It's breaking up over the VWAP here. Let's see it reject. So selling 200 more shares here for the break back below $10. My average price is now $9.92. So here it is coming back down. We're going to want to see it break back down below the moving average on the 1-minute chart as well. It might take a little bit of time to do that, but the fact that it rejected the VWAP that much is a good sign, and we're just going to watch this here, see what happens. I am short 800 shares, so can't let this one run away from me. There's 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Average price of $9.92 short. JMP. I am in this more than I'd like to be, but I am averaging up on this short trade, so if it does move in my direction, I'll be in good hands. If it doesn't, I'm going to stop out as quickly as I can if it gets above the VWAP here. So watching, it's testing the VWAP again. So this is the most tense moment of pre-market here. Either way, I'll get out of it. No big deal. It's coming up over VWAP here, so I'm looking to get out of here if it doesn't come right back down. The fact that it broke below VWAP tells me something. But it did have good earnings, so we'll see. A little bit risky for sure, but no risk, no reward. I don't like the fact that I can't see the level 2 here pre-market. So coming down a little bit, testing the VWAP there. And really testing the VWAP here. So I'm holding this because I'm looking for it to reject the VWAP now. Either that was a good time for me to get out right there on that dip, or it's just doing an extended, rejection of this level. So far it looks like a dip. We have 4 minutes left on this candle. So there we go. Seeing some selling. So this sector was kind of hot yesterday. JMP provides investment banking, sales and trading, and equity research services to corporate and institutional clients, and alternative asset management products and services to institutional investors and high net worth individuals. So it's in the securities and banking world. If this does come down below the VWAP, it has a lot of room on the day, which is why I am taking the risk here of holding it. I am risking like $0.50 coming up here to the 50 level, even a little over $0.50. But if it does come down, there's a lot of room for it to go. So this is good. So I just added the last bit of my buying power to this position at 987. I think this is going to come down quite a bit today. So this is a little bit of a longer time frame trade that I'm taking here. I took a little bit more risk, and if it comes down, I'm going to hold it a little bit longer because it's up 65% right now from $5 from 497. Oh wait, that's VCNX. It's up 98% right now. Right here, you see that? From $5 to basically $10, and it's rejecting the VWAP here. So just holding it here right at my price. $9.92 is my average price per share. And I have 832 shares shorted in here. There's 45 seconds left on this candle. We do risk it coming back up above VWAP and holding that level. So this is a important 30 seconds here remaining. Want it to close below the VWAP for sure. So 10 seconds. That was good. Closed below the VWAP and this moving average, so we can expect it to move lower. So all this movement on the charts and the time and sales I'm seeing is and the predictions I'm making and saying, well, it should do this. If it does this, we're going to wait and see what it does. I've been trading for about 2 years, pretty much every day. Some days or a couple weeks I've taken off, but for the better part of 2 years, and there's no other way to kind of develop a feel for what these stocks are going to do unless you're sitting here watching them every morning or night, wherever you are in the world. If you're sitting here watching them and seeing what they're doing. If you were looking at my P&L there, it just flashed to $800 for a second. It's because some random orders are going through. The time and sales is a little bit behind here on JMP. So coming down and testing the whole dollar there. When it does break below 945, it should be pretty strong. Because it's been tapping it here. It tapped it for 15 minutes there. You can see here that this level is definitely an important level of support for the people that are long in this stock right now. So it looks like it's trying to get down there again. The low of this candle is 950. So the half dollar is whole dollars, and half dollars are always levels of support and resistance. Just to show you, because the level 2 has been moving quite a bit here. Here's VCNX. This one I took this little trade on earlier, and it's reclaiming the VWAP right here. Either that or testing it, but yeah, it could be just testing the VWAP. But I'm in JMP, and it looks pretty good with me for a longer term short here. We do have 42 minutes until the market opens. So got some time to sit back and allow this short on JMP to work for me. This is the leading gapper today on the gap scanners. It's up basically 100%, 93% right now from yesterday. It had its earnings for quarter four, fourth quarter, and they were good. That's why it's up basically 100% pre-market here. But is it really worth twice as much as it was yesterday because they released their earnings? I don't think so. Now, that doesn't really have anything to do with the price of the stock when it's trading on momentum, which it clearly did pre-market from 8 up to 11. So I'm not really trading just based on the fact I don't think each share is worth this much. I'm just based on the fact that it's extended. Who knows? It could be worth this much. I don't even know anything about JMP Group LLC, except that their stock doesn't look like it's wanting to go up any higher today. So I've only looked at 2 stocks today. There's other stocks that are going to have good plays today. WATT. I'll pull up that one. This one looks like it could be interesting. WATT. So this one looks like it could be a great short as well. It's up 55% on the day right now. And it's trending down in pre-market here. So that's another good short. I'm going to put it on a different chart here. WATT. So I'll keep an eye on that one. Just like yesterday, I would think I was in 3 or 4 stocks at one point. There's just so many stocks to short these days with good setups that I can't resist. So we're watching JMP now to break down below the $0.50 level. You can see on the time and sales here where the orders are going through. Right at 950 right now. Still, breaking down here, 945. 945 is the next level where there's been lots of resistance or support on this stock. So if we see it break that, then I think we're, yep. So still holding this with my full account. This is a really nice move here. Coming down to the 920s. So looking good, looking good. So just as I was holding this up here as it came up, you know, a good, what was it? A good 50 cents up from my average price. I'm holding it here for a bigger move to the downside. It'll you know, come down, test some levels, come back up, but overall today this stock is probably going to tank. Might not, but that's what I'm seeing right now. So we got down to a low of 922 there. So I would expect this one to come back up a little bit here. Maybe test the $0.50. But it is up a lot. So currently, if you look at my P&L, it shows 630 unrealized profit on this stock. And I took a $65 trade on it earlier. So look at that. Nice move on JMP. So VCNX has taken the #1 spot here on the leading gappers. It's coming back up. I can show you here, VCNX. Coming back up to its pre-market highs almost. It's about $0.50 off its pre-market high. So this one does have the room to make a big move make a big move here today with this news. Pharmaceutical stocks can usually go pretty crazy, and it has a low float. But for now, I'm sticking in the low stress trade here on JMP. At this point, I'm just kind of relaxing. I don't want to get myself stressed out before the day even before the market opens. Okay, let's see. So that's my recap from yesterday. Just trying to delete some videos here. Properties. So JMP's just hanging out down here. It will probably take a little bit of time to move lower. It might pull back even up to the 950s or higher. But no worries. Not to worry. So JMP consolidating here. Not pulling back too high here, but it is getting closer to this moving average on the 1 minute chart, which is 951 right now. So it'll probably tap the $0.50 before it comes back. Wow. Wow. I saw some weird action on this time and sales. Sometimes you just see weird stuff. that can't really explain, but I've only been doing this for 2 years, so, and I'm mostly have learned by experience, just being here. So there's a lot of things I probably should know that I don't, but not to worry. So we're up here to the $0.50 on JMP. It's coming up a little bit more here. Testing these moving averages there on the 5-minute chart. And some resistance there. Got 29 minutes until the market open. And that was a really nice rejection there on JMP. Could I have taken some profit here? Yeah, of course. And I could have added there and, been up another 100 or two. But I'm not looking to scalp this right now. I'm not looking to trade each move on this. I'm looking for a bigger move down. It was at $5 yesterday. So this desk I have here is pretty cool, actually. It's one of the ones that goes up and down. So I'm going to do some standing today. Yesterday I was sitting down way too much. So JMP is hanging out here at 935, 930. If we see this come down to the low on this downtrend here pre-market, which is 918, never mind 914, I think we'll see it break or at least come down all the way to $9. Maybe not break it, but get to, very low nines. That was a very nice rejection of these moving averages here on JMP. So 920. Breaking below 920 or trying to. All right, the setup looks good here to come down if it breaks this level. Basically, we had this little bit of hesitation, a pause for a minute on the level on the 1 minute chart. And over here, it's, tapped this level for the last 15 minutes. So a break below here could be pretty quick. I do plan on taking some profit sometime on this stock. So $9 could be one level to take some profit. And the question to ask myself is just how greedy do I want to be on this stock? Do I want to be greedy? Do I want to try and hit $1,000 for sure on this trade? Do I want to take half of it off here, just at $9? Do I want to take a quarter? And I've determined that I'm going to take 232 shares if it breaks below 9. So it hasn't broken below 9 yet, but it's trying to. So I just bought 232 shares there right at $9 exactly. So I have 600 shares in here, short at $9.99 average price. That moved my average price up, which is incredible. I have a great average price on here thanks to averaging up on this short trade. So this blue line here, one second, I'm going to try and make my mouse. Let's see. Devices, mouse. No. Trying to make my mouse red here, so there we go. So now I have a bigger mouse. Oh, it doesn't really work on the charts. Interesting. Okay. So JMP, it's at $9 right now. Breaking below 9. It's looking good. So I do want to have a reasonable plan for some other stocks. VCNX. I'm going to take a trade on VCNX for the break is $6. So I'm in at 586. I'm looking at it on a different chart. I'll pull it up here. A little bit of a risky entry, but it's basically at the high here, high of day, and it is extended right now, but I think it's going to break over $6 here. I will be looking for a break of $6 and taking half off immediately on the break of $6, and then holding the rest and seeing if there's some continuation or stopping out if it comes back down. So we should see it come back up to, let's see, the 590s sometime relatively soon. Maybe in a minute or two. Meanwhile, I'm just going to keep an eye on JMP here. I do have a $252 left of buying power, so I might add to this down here. So I'm adding to VCNX at 579. So my average price is 585 now. And looking for this 1 minute breakout here and break up over $6. So this is a nice little scalp trade. It's not doing it just yet. $386 shares here on VCNX. I might end up holding these until we get the move because this stock is very strong. Pharmaceutical headline. I have a little bit of a cushion on this stock. I had an $80 trade right off the bat this morning, shorting it. I think I shorted it for this move down to here. So JMP breaking below 9 a little bit here. It's at 897. Watching VCNX in anticipation of a break over $6. So it's coming up here, 582. Taking its time, but it is a bit extended. Might not even make the move until the market open in 15.5 minutes. But if it doesn't make it here in the next 15 seconds, we do have a new 5-minute candle. So the high of this current one is 593. If we get up to 595, it's basically a for sure thing to break $6, but we'll see if we get that. So if it comes up to 593. Looking for 593, 585 on the ask, 589, 90, 90, okay. Broke $6. Tried to sell half there at 608. Still have the order out. So I did sell half of my position, not half, but some of my position there at 608. Holding here for a move higher, selling half here, and ready to stop out with the rest. Stopped out there at 6. So this one will probably move higher for sure now that it's over $6. But I'm happy with that trade. I made another $80 on it, and up 162 on VCNX. So that was a trade for the break of the whole dollar and for the break of the pre-market high, as well as a 5-minute setup. So there were 3 things in a row there that made me think that trade was going to happen. Number 1, breaking the pre-market high right here, which was 595. Number 2, breaking the whole dollar, because whole dollars and half dollars here are important levels. And number 3, we did get a 5-minute setup because it didn't make that move until this next candle. So now I'm going to go back to JMP. This one is looking great. It's continuing down below $9 here. 880. This one has all kinds of room here. There's no resistance on the daily chart that I can see. Well, maybe there is from like 2017, but I think this one's coming down a lot. I think I'm going to hold these 600 shares for quite a while on JMP, and that way it's going to allow me to manage my risk by forcing myself to not be taking trades with my full account on any other stock. I was just able to make $80 there on VCNX, no problem, on a scalp trade, so I don't necessarily need more buying power for less predictable moves. JMP here is just a solid short coming down here. The one thing I don't want to do is give back all of my unrealized profit on JMP, holding it as it comes all the way back up to VWAP. So if this one for some reason does not continue down, turns around and comes back up, which it could because, you know, it has good earnings, then I could get myself in a pickle not taking profit, being greedy, hoping that it will come back down to its low and go lower. So as far as any other stocks, I mean, these two are the 2 leading gappers. I could pull up these ones, TAOP. Let's look at that one, TAOP. This one is about the maybe 7th leading gapper or so, up 33%, 5.53 million share float, and 1.6 million shares of volume. And it's below the VWAP. So let's look at TAOP. Not easy to borrow. So it's below the VWAP and not easy to borrow. Enters into consulting agreement with Great Bay Capital Investment for blockchain. So this one is a crypto headline. Let's check out MTC. I think I've traded this one before. MTC gapping up. Not easy to borrow. So this one's way down below the VWAP. Looks like early pre-market it had some big moves, but I'm not interested in that. So really the 2 stocks that I really care about at all right now are VCNX and JMP. JMP being a nice big slower short, and VCNX having a nice catalyst here for pharmaceutical catalyst. It's the company's VCNX, so it should be strong. Let's look at the daily chart on this one. Right now it's up here at 6. The good thing about this stock, actually, well, both of these stocks, is they're easy to borrow. So VCNX seems like it's going to make a big move to the upside today. That's what it feels like to me right now and looks like. It looks very bullish, or I am pretty bullish on this stock right now. However, at some point in the day, it will probably peak. It'll get to a point where it's not going to go up anymore and start coming down. And, recently, like yesterday, all of my profit essentially was from shorting except for $40 on whatever the first stock I traded was. I forget. It was GTEC. So we can check that one out just for fun. GTEC. It's coming down, and I don't think this is easy to borrow. Nope. So yeah, I'm just confirming that these two stocks are the ones I want to see. VCNX. Yeah, whenever this one does stop going up, it'll be a good short. That's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm going to keep VCNX on my radar, and I'm going to focus on JMP here. And I'm going to monitor as VCNX moves up this morning. Maybe I'll take some trades to the long on 5-minute setups. I just want to, it's Friday. I don't want to do anything silly, give back a whole ton of profit. So I'll look for the very best setups on anything, but on VCNX to the long, I'm going to look for really clean setups, 5-minute pullbacks. And then when it comes to shorting it, I'm not going to really try and short it at the all-time high. Well, I could. You never know, but I don't intend to try and short it at all-time highs. Maybe breaking below moving averages and the VWAP eventually after it makes a move to the upside. Definitely, yeah, VCNX below VWAP is going to be a good short. So I'm just writing these down so I have a plan. So my plan is, first of all, JMP short. Take profit before letting it come all the way back up my price, back up to my price. So that's my plan for JMP. So worst case scenario, it turns around and I take profit, as it breaks up on some moving averages like at 920, 943. So that's worst case scenario. I'm not going to hold it like a deer in the headlights, watching it come all the way back up to my price of $9.99. So I'm up $1.12 here. I don't want to give all that back. That would be silly, pointless, and not good for my account, and not good for my mind and emotions. So, and then that's my plan for JMP short. And then my plan for VCNX is going to be, if I'm trading it to the long, only the very best setups. So this could be 5-minute setup, could be a strong 1-minute setup, probably only partial size if it's a 1 minute. So if I'm going to the long, only the very best setups. I want to pay attention to the volume candles when I'm looking at those setups. JMP breaking down a little bit more here. And yeah, definitely only the best setups if I'm going long on VCNX. And then for short, which I'm even more interested in than long because I've been excelling shorting recently. Going short on VCNX, I would like to definitely trade for break below VWAP, as well as testing and rejecting VWAP, as well as moving averages. So there you go. 2 stocks to trade today. The 2 leading gappers, JMP and VCNX. Both of these have 7 million share floats. You can see that right here on the scanners. So similar floats, which is cool. Very different sectors. VCNX is, pharmaceutical, and JMP is securities, brokerage, banking, financial. So 2 different sides of the spectrum here, and I feel good. We got 2 minutes and 35 seconds to the bell. I do have a nice unrealized profit here on JMP, which I'm not going to let it all get away from me if it turns around. If it continues down, where am I going to take the profit off the table? I'll probably do 100 shares at a time if it's coming down, because so I don't get too excited. So VCNX, it's pulling back here. I would have it on my screen, but I'm just going to manage my trade on JMP. We got less than 2 minutes to the bell. So just want to remind myself, don't forget to stop out. If a trade's not going in your direction, you need to stop out. It's okay to be wrong. Accept the loss and move on. Don't make it an unnecessarily huge detrimental loss to your account, and don't let it impact your emotions. It's okay. It's part of the plan. I find that not stopping out when I actually know I should is when I lose the most money or give back the most profit. Either way you want to look at it. Yesterday I came from, I think, up 1100 to up only 200 on the day, simply because I didn't stop out when I knew I should have. With that being said, couple minutes or a couple seconds to the bell, 45 seconds. Feeling good today. This is a sit-stand desk, so I'm standing right now. I usually don't trade standing, but after sitting down for 8 hours trading yesterday, I feel like standing here for the market open. Feels good. So market open in 15 seconds. I'll pull up VCNX here and put JMP here. I'm trading VCNX to, oh shoot, I didn't get filled. Okay, well, I'm going to cancel that order. Dipping here, and I'm trading VCNX to the long there. I've got in at 623. Let's see if we can get over the $0.50 here. This one's pretty strong. Breaking up. So we're going to want to see this one shoot up over 650. Is what I'm looking for on VCNX. I have 275 shares. So if we can get up over 650, that would be good. If it comes crashing down, not the best, but average price of 623. So it's definitely a battle between the longs and the shorts here, but with this news being pharmaceutical, I'm definitely inclined to think it's going to go higher. And here it comes. Can it break the $0.50? We want it to break 650. So breaking 650 there, I'm trying to take half of my profit. Didn't fill. Canceled the order. Looks like JMP is hanging out below $9 still. VCNX can't really make up its mind just yet. Taking half here at 632. I didn't want to be in this too long. It wasn't really working out. So I'm going to sell the rest of VCNX here at 646. Just get out of it. That was not a good trade. I meant to get in for the break of $6 to the upside, and it didn't fill because the stock was moving so fast. Oh wow, look at JMP, that's great. So I'm going to pull JMP up here. So I made maybe 30, well, I don't know. I made somewhere around $50 there on VCNX on that trade. I'm going to take 100 shares off the table here on JMP. So that executed at 821. It's got 500 shares still of this stock. So there it was tapping the $8 level. VCNX is going wild. So try not to get too distracted by VCNX making these big moves here and just trading JMP. I don't want to lose my head over a stock moving like VCNX today. I'm just gonna keep my cool and wait for a good setup. So I just bought back 250 shares of JMP there at 808 and 810. I see it kind of tapping this $0.50 level, and if it comes back up towards 850, I'll probably short it again, but just don't want to risk it bottoming out at $8. So that was good trade there. VCNX pulling, oh wow, VCNX is very strong. So I don't want to have any FOMO here on VCNX. I am very happy with my trading so far today. Up 1,000 realized and 400 unrealized here on JMP. As JMP comes up, I'm just going to tell myself, look, I've done really good shorting recently. No reason to try and bust myself trading VCNX to the long, and I can wait for VCNX to be coming down later today. So JMP is my primary focus right now. I'm looking for this to come up a bit more before shorting it again. I have 250 shares right now. If it does continue downwards, That's okay. I'm not going to add unless it has a really good setup, and right now it doesn't for me. So just waiting here on JMP. Wow, look at that, down to $8. It's really nice. So JMP definitely wants to break below $8 here. I still have 250 shares. I'm up $1.90 per share as of right now, which is really good. So I have an order to take half of that off the table. VCNX continuing higher. So this is really good. I could be up, a couple thousand in VCNX if I was long and holding it. That's just not the case because I would have taken profit and then I would be like, shoot, I would have FOMO and I would probably try and get back in somewhere and it would be very extended. I can show you this on the chart, VCNX. Just look at this thing. It's shooting up like a rocket. But at some point it's going to do a pullback. And the first 5-minute pullback and 5-minute breakout, we can expect it to be pretty strong. I still don't think I would take full size on this one because it is so volatile, and I don't want to have this great trade on JMP, really great low stress trade from pre-market into the market open, and then turn around and blow all of that money away in a matter of seconds on VCNX, halting coming down or shorting it and it halting going up. So I'm just keeping my head cool now. One of the biggest differences between losing traders and profitable traders is profitable traders have the ability to sit in front of the market and watch all the volatility and not take any trades. Just sitting and waiting is one of the most powerful abilities that you need if you're going to be a profitable trader. Because there's so many stocks and all of them are moving, some more than others, and day trading, you're looking at the stocks that are moving the most. And there's so much room to lose money in seconds if you are taking trades based on emotions, based on fear, based on greed, or based on any emotion in between those, and based on euphoria. So with that being said, I'm feeling very conscious of myself today. I'm not feeling like my trading is being dictated for me by my emotions. I'm just logically sitting here looking at the market. I'm interested in shorting JMP again here if it comes back up much higher. So I'm ready to short this. So I'm shorting JMP here at 887 because it's wait. There we go, at 880, 869. I just shorted JMP again. Because it's hitting this moving average. So I'm not going to add to this because I brought my average down quite a bit here. I am going to see if this will turn around and come back down. So I'm shorting here at 871. I'm short 900 shares at an average price of 860. And the reason being is this looks like it's going to do a bounce off of this moving average and come down. It just needs to get below this moving average on the 1 minute chart, and then we're good for a move down. Just looking at the daily chart here, this stock is very extended. The risk is that it is extended because of news of, its earnings. Are the earnings really worth this big of a move is what I am questioning, and betting on that it's not, and that this is going to come down more. I do risk it turning around and running up and having to stop out. But I have been doing well shorting, and this one looks good as long as it does break below 850. That would be breaking below this moving average on the 1 minute chart, and setting itself up for the next move farther down. So I am short 900 shares, which is a lot. So I don't want to let this go way up above my price. I can always get out and get in later. VWAP is a whole dollar above where it is right now. So definitely want to stop out if this runs against me. We're seeing it trying to break down below this moving average there in the 1 minute chart. Getting some selling here. This one I'm okay with being in with my full account because of how slow it moves. Not VCNX. I couldn't do that on VCNX. I say that now. I might do it later, but only if I feel really good about it. So I am ready to stop out at any second on JMP if it does continue higher here. So today I'm not really looking at my P&L, partially because I am in the green, but also partially because I only want to trade the market in real time. Trading my P&L is not trading the market. So 880, 85, 87. So I'm going to have to call $9 my level of stopping out here. If it gets up to $9, then it's not too great for this short. If it doesn't get up there and goes sideways here and then comes down, then that's good. Good sign here doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, but on the 1 minute chart, it did a 1 minute breakout here and failed. So you see there, it came up here, pulled back, came up here and failed. So great sign there. And it's coming back down. So we're going to look for this to come down and break $8 to the downside. That was really good move right there. Makes me feel better about this position I'm in. Not so stressed out now. My hands aren't even on the computer. I do like to keep my mouse right over the buy button here. So 900 shares, market order for JMP. I'm ready to buy it back if it comes shooting up above my price. I've now been trading for exactly an hour and 30 minutes, and the market opened exactly 15 minutes ago. So I got some good pre-market action in on JMP, and it's looking like it's going to come down lower here. I really wish I was able to do this live today. I just haven't been able to get it completely set up for that, but I'm going to be working on that this weekend. So ideally on Monday or Tuesday, I'll be going live. If I have to get some other hardware to do that, then I will, and it could be later. Being live, I think, will definitely make me more conscious of stopping out. Like I have in my description on YouTube and Facebook, I'm kind of doing this for myself, which sounds bad. I love to share my trading with people and talk about trading and have other people maybe benefit from access to the scanners that I have, etc. Speaking of scanners, this is the gapping up scanner, and since I've only been laser focused on these two stocks, JMP and VCNX, I didn't even put up the other scanners. So here are the high of day and Momo scanner and the stocks halting scanner. So there are those two. Pretty much made all my money going short today so far. I did make $200 on, well, I made about $100 going long on VCNX and about $100 going short. So VCNX is 50-50. VCNX also is forming a setup on the 5-minute chart, so that'll be interesting. I can pull it up really fast here, VCNX. So look at that. It's doing a 5-minute pullback here. This is called a bull flag. Here's the pull, here's the flag sideways, and then we're going to want to see it break the high of the last 5-minute candle. So let's go back to JMP here because it does look like it's going to try and break down below $8. I'm absolutely going to want to take profit on this one at this level at 750 because of the moving average here. That will definitely be a level of support on this stock coming down. I'm going to go ahead and put a line here at 740 so I can just have a visual on the daily. 741. So you can see how much of a move down it is to here. So I'd say definitely probably half of my position I'll take profit at $7.50 on JMP. VCNX, we have a minute and 30. Let's see, VCNX. Let's look at this one again. There is a minute and 25 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. If it stays below $8 here for the next minute, which it probably won't, nope. So it very well will do a 5-minute setup right here. So the high of this candle was 840, and there we are breaking it. So this is moving so fast, my charts in level 2 are delayed here. Let's do a speed test of the internet, just see what I'm working with right now. JMP looks like it might be coming down a little bit more. So VCNX, I'm okay with missing out on this big move to the upside because I plan to be shorting it when it's coming down. So VCNX is just doing me a favor and setting itself up for me later on. So internet's doing okay. This is Anchorage, Alaska. So we have Alaska ACS, Alaska Communications. So just under 200 megabytes there per second. So like I said, I'm definitely going to take profit at 750 on this stock. Half of my position, so I'm going to go ahead and put 450 shares in here, and I will do a market order just to get out of it for sure. as opposed to trying to get out on the bid. I'll just buy it on the ask. I'll probably lose 2 cents per share for doing that. So not a huge deal for me. VCNX up at 850. So definitely loving this Friday. It's being a good day for me so far, and I'm not going to let it run away from me and do something too crazy. Excuse me. So this week I've definitely had a tendency to short rather than go long. And while VCNX would have been a really great stock to trade to the long today, JMP has been equally good to me shorting it. So I'm ready to buy this in the 750 area for JMP. It's coming down a bit more here. So get down to the 750s. I could take off some profit with smaller size, but I don't need to rack up commissions. I know I definitely paid enough commissions for the last 2 days for the whole week, so looking okay. I'm taking I just took off 450 shares there at 754. So took off half my position here on JMP. The reason being it's coming down here close to this moving average, and I don't want to hold the whole thing on a bounce all the way up somewhere up there. I will hold half of it just in case it moves down lower, and also to mitigate the risk of taking a full account position on VCNX, because VCNX is too volatile for me to put $8,200 into a trade right now. I'm just not feeling it. I'm happy with this calm, cool, collected, low stress, profitable Friday. While there is inherently more risk shorting than going long, I think I'm better at it, at least right now. I capitalize on taking shorts a lot better than positions to the long. I think mainly because I have a better idea of where the stock could go, not necessarily entries. It's about the same to get a good entry on a long versus a short. There's very good entries to take either way, but I don't really know all the time where a stock is going to go to. For example, VCNX. I know here, well, let's start with JMP. I know here that this is going to be a level of support. So, but where do I know that on a stock that's going up? On stocks coming down, there's always, something below it. But if you take, either these moving averages or just where it was trading before. But on a stock that's gapped up and is going up, where do you know how high it's going to go? How would I know to still be holding this stock? I can look on the daily chart here and see that back in July of 2020, it gapped up and had a high of, what was this? A high of 940. So, sure, is it going to top out at 940? Maybe. In fact, I'll just look at this to take a trade here at the 940 level if it hits it. I think it might have already topped out there. So yeah. So how do you know those things? I guess by looking here on the history and seeing where it's been before, and 940 is definitely a prominent level here. So it did come up right up and tap that there. So, you know, maybe I need to get better at looking back at where the stock has been before. This stock has been all over the place the last year, the last 2 years. So here it just rallies back and forth between $4 or $3 and $9 basically. So a little bit interesting there. I suspect this stock is going to get up above 940 today, though. It seems pretty strong. So I'm not really going to pay too much attention to my P&L here today and just trade the market. So I did take off half of my position here on JMP at 454 in anticipation of this kind of consolidating and coming back up maybe to $8. In case it doesn't, I still have half of my position to capitalize on it coming down. But if it does, I'll be ready to add back at a higher price there. So I'm watching VCNX here to see what it does up near these highs. I'm especially interested in what it does at 940 if it gets back up to there here. If it doesn't, that's all right. I'll trade it for a break below VWAP. So JMP is coming up a little bit here. Anytime I start to feel kind of like tense or excited, I just have to step back and calm myself down. Cool, calm, and collected. Overall, with the exception of over trading the last 2 days, really, especially Wednesday and a little bit yesterday, I'm really happy with my performance this small account challenge. Today is day 8, and we'll see if we can make $8,000 for day 8. Probably not, but I'm definitely not setting that as a price target. Anytime I set a price target or a profit target for how much money I want to make on the day, it hurts me. It comes back to bite me because then I'm trading based on what I want instead of what the market is, what the market's giving me. So JMP, respecting this 200 moving average on the 5-minute chart for now. I got out 450 shares, bought back at 754. So I could short it now and be up 16 cents on those shares. But who's to say it's not going to come back up higher towards 8? Right now it doesn't look like it. Oh wow, VCNX. All right. So I'm watching VCNX here to see what it does at this price level, and I'm shorting it at 940. I'm going to watch this very closely. I'm just going to let JMP run, but VCNX I'm shorting here at 940 because this price level has been so respected in the past. So I only have 117 shares short here, but I'm shorting again at 933. It looks like it could do a failed 5-minute breakout here, and it is very extended. I am ready to buy it back if I have to. My average price is 935. I don't want to let it run too far on me. If it does, short 381 shares, average price of 935. But it is very extended. It's at this price level that recognized on the daily. So so look at that. So I took the whole thing off there at 827. So I shorted at 935 and covered at 827. That was $1.08 per share on this one 1-minute candle. Impressive. Do you see that? So that's what those price levels are all about. So I guess that answers my question and what I was addressing today about how I can kind of know where a stock could come down to if I'm shorting it. But going long, you just have to look at the same thing. Where has the stock been before and what price levels? And I recognized right here that 940 on VCNX on the daily chart has been repeatedly tapped but not broken on the day before, and it had a very strong rejection of a whole dollar there, and I made $400 on that trade in 1 minute. So that was a really nice example. Could have held it longer, but the fact that this stock is so volatile, I was happy to take the whole position off there at 827. Meanwhile, JMP broke down on the moving average here and is coming down farther. I'm not adding to this position down here. It could still come up from this level, but I'm certainly holding my 450 shares there. So VCNX, we'll see. Give it some time. See if it can come back up to try and break through that level. If it doesn't, I'm going to be looking at it to short for the break of the VWAP. VWAP is the volume weighted average price, which is this orange line right here. The dashed line there. See, it says VWAP right here. And the break below the VWAP is the strongest indicator for me of when a stock is changing course, where it's going from upwards to trending down. And this is a good time to be watching that, but it's so early in the day. The market's only been open for 34.5 minutes here, and this stock is up a lot, and there's a chance even after this big break to the downside that it will reclaim $9 and make new highs. It could turn into a completely parabolic stock and go up to 15, 20. I don't think it will, but it's always a possibility. And today, when I started out the day, I decided that I wanted to have a low stress day. I wanted to only take the best entries, trade the best, leave the rest. I can't say this to myself enough. It is so important to Number 1, be patient. 2, don't trade my P&L. Number 3, stop out early and often unless I am convinced, I have a conviction that the stock is going to move in my direction for very good reasons. So VCNX just hanging out here above the 9 EMA and just below the 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart. JMP holding its lows here just above $7. So this could keep coming down, or it could come up and test the moving average there. VCNX. So VWAP is 746 right now. If you've been following along in this small account challenge, you probably noticed that my profit on the day has consistently been getting bigger as my account size grows. I had a really good first day where I came close to doubling my account. I had a $2,000 account and I made $1,400. And then it kind of went up from there. I did have the one loss on Wednesday, but aside from that, you see how as my account grows here, so do my profits. And that's only if I'm using my full account, which for the purpose of this small account challenge, I certainly am going to do that most days when there's a good opportunity to capitalize on my full account. But after this challenge is over, when my account has reached $25,000, I will definitely start to scale back how much of my account I am using in each trade. And I'll probably do that before $25,000. But the most important thing is to not start out with my full account very first thing in the day. I need to break the ice, take some good setups, take some profit, stop out if I need to, and I'll be in good shape that way. Before, if I don't have a profit cushion, I had a couple $100 of profit before I started pouring the steam on and using my full account today. If I hadn't started using my full account, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. But if I did and it didn't work out on the first couple trades, then I could have smoked myself. Getting a small profit cushion on the day, or any profit cushion on the day before I start swinging for home runs, is important, very important. Not so much for the couple $100 that I'm up, or whatever, depending on my account size. It's very important for me psychologically, because the moment that I am red on the day, my trading is impacted. Not in a good way. It's just a fact. You can think about it and look at it and approach it however you want, but even with the most sound understanding and reasoning, I will always have a voice in the back of my mind like, you're red on the day, you better make back, $300 so you can get up to green, so you can break even, so you can move in the right direction. And that number is stuck in my head. And if I'm in a trade and I'm up $250 and it's the right time to take profit, but before that I was down 300 on the day, and so I'm still going to be red $50 and I don't get out, and then the stock turns around and I hold it and hope that it's going to come back up and I lose $1,000. Can't tell you how many times something like that has happened to me, and I can't tell you how much money, losses, and emotional pain, I guess you could say, I have put myself through for doing that. And it's all my doing. And I still do it periodically. And as evidenced by Wednesday of this week, when I really overtraded, trying to make back my loss on starting out on the day. I lost more money, eventually came back up to green. And truth be told, the reason I kept trading after I went back up to green that day, I'm interested in VCNX here for the break over 835. I'll take a small starter if it breaks over 835. Just because it is a 5-minute setup, it's not really interested actually. So under $8 might be a short here. So I'm shorting here at 814. Only 135 shares. Not going big size on this one until we get down here to 8. I'll add to this short at $8 if we get there. So shorting here at 805 in anticipation. I am ready to stop out on the full position. My average price is 809. Short 339 shares. So if we see 835, I should stop out. So I'm stopping out here at 830. A small loss. I was shorting that for the break below $8 in this moving average. It still could here, so I'm watching it. But I don't want to hold it if it moves in the wrong direction. So that was, I think, my first red trade of the day. It was a pretty small loss. I think I lost 50 or $70 or so. I'm not sure. But not a big deal. So I'm shorting it here again. It just doesn't look like it wants to break to the upside, and it looks kind of bullish here. So shorting again. I'm short 474 shares at an average price of 810. Ready to buy it back just like last time, but this does look kind of bearish here. Okay. So I'm not taking profit here. I'm holding it for a move farther down. So this is an anticipation of this stock breaking down on the day. If it can get down below this low of 768, and then the VWAP is 750, that'll be interesting. So coming down some more here. I'm short 474 shares of VCNX, average price of 810. Being a little bit greedy. I think this is the first time that I'm being a little bit greedy today, and it's probably because I took that red trade and I want to make it back. So here I am talking through my emotions. I had that red trade here on VCNX. it was a good thing that I stopped out, because technically this could have been a 5-minute setup and it could come shooting all the way back up, a whole dollar up to the highs of the day. But because I stopped out, I experienced a loss. I lost money, and I hate losing. I dislike losing in general, and I really dislike losing money. And I'm sure all of you do too. Who likes losing money? I lost whatever it was. Maybe $80, $70. I wasn't paying too much attention. But I lost some money there, and I hate that. So here I am, being maybe influenced by that, holding this as it comes down instead of taking profit. Even taking partial profit. So we'll see if that bites me or not, but I don't have a very good outlook on this stock for continuing higher right now. But you never know. It could very well still go up a lot today. But that one drop that I shorted there earlier, right here, was very big, and I imagine it's scared away some people looking to trade this to the long. So I'm shorting again here at 801. So now I'm short 534 shares at an average price of 809. So on the 1-minute chart, we're just looking for this to reject this level, to just come down here 780 and break below 780. There's some indecision here. Here it is at 780. Nope, not yet. All right. Coming back down. If we break down below 780, it should drop to 760 or so pretty quickly. That would be because it's a breakout here on the 1-minute chart to the downside. Ultimately, I want to see this come down and break the VWAP. But there still are a lot of people with a hope and a dream that this stock is going to continue higher. And because of that, it's struggling a little bit. So JMP has moved back up a little bit here. If I wasn't in VCNX, I probably would be shorting some more of JMP right here. But right now, I'm up $1 per share on that. So I'm just managing my VCNX trade here. If I was really trying to go all out, I would probably get out of JMP and put that 50% of my account into this short on VCNX. It wouldn't be a terrible idea, but this one just has so much potential to rip back up to my price and higher that I think 534 shares is a good position size for this account. And here we're seeing this move down to the VWAP. Can we break the VWAP? Yes, breaking the VWAP to the downside. So this is a good sign for VCNX. So we'll see if it can break below the VWAP or if it holds above this 750 level. broke down there. So my account is just about evenly split between JMP and VCNX. I'm short both. Both are trending down. I was able to capitalize on VCNX dropping down over a whole dollar in a matter of seconds. And at this point, I'm just holding them both for continuation downwards. So I'm kind of stepping back from the computer, taking a look at this. So that drop on VCNX, this is in the bottom, very bottom right, is the 10-second chart. So in 20 seconds, it went from a high, let's see, it went from 940 to 823 in 10 seconds. That is ridiculous. I say that, but it happens all the time. So here it is, respecting the VWAP. So we'll see what it does here. It has come back too far for it to really continue today, is what I'm thinking, but it could be wrong. So I'm actually going to stop out of JMP here. If you, well, maybe not. It depends. So I was considering stopping out of JMP and adding on VCNX, but VCNX is already coming down more, so I'll consider it for taking a short on VCNX when it tests the VWAP. But JMP is looking like it's reversing here, so I'm actually going to just mark it out of JMP. So I'm all out of JMP here. I did lose out on quite a bit there as it pulled up, but not to worry. It could come right back down now, but I'll just go over. So I got out of this here. If you look at the 5-minute chart, it came down, tapped this 200 moving average, broke below it, got to a low of 708, and came back up here and is respecting the 200 moving average and running into this moving average here. The fact that this had good earnings could mean that it maintains this price and comes back towards VWAP. Either way, I can't feel too sour about the fact I did lose out on quite a bit there, because I lost maybe 300 coming back up there, because the money that I took out of that account, I've been making money here on VCNX. So I'm going to watch for this stock here. I'm in it with half my account. I'm I'm going to watch for it to test the VWAP. If it doesn't come up and test the VWAP, well, that's okay. I'm making money on the move down. So as this comes up towards the $0.50, I'm going to look to short it some more. So we got 738 on the bid. I'm going to send an order out on the bid here, hopefully around 745 at least. So looking to see if this can come up here to 750. So I'm shorting it here at 740. It might come up some more, but and I can get in with a little bit more here. So short again there. So now my average price is 774 with 1,065 shares. So I'm going to want to see this test and reject the VWAP here. So it's testing it. The VWAP is 751. It could get up above it because it's still down a bit on the 1 minute chart, but I'm betting on it not doing that just because it's been, coming down pretty hard. So we're seeing a good move here to the downside. We want to see it come down and tap $7. This moving average at 702. So coming down. I have no idea what any other stocks are doing, but I haven't, I guess I had my volume down, so I haven't been listening to the scanners, so I'll turn that up. So my volume's up now, but I haven't been paying attention to or seeing anything hitting the scanners here. So I hope that me posting this video and you watching it and seeing this this kind of trading is useful to you in one way or another. I just want to make absolutely certain that you understand that day trading is extremely risky. Very, very risky. It's very easy to lose all of your money or even more money than what you put into an account if you're trading on margin. So very risky. And anything I'm doing and saying and sharing with you here, I'm not providing advice. I am not telling you what to do, or I'm not giving you financial advice or investment advice of any kind whatsoever. And I'm simply doing this for a couple of reasons. number one, to put more pressure on myself to kind of trade responsibly. I look at it kind of like microwaving a Hot Pocket in my pajamas at home versus inviting people over to dinner. Just the different kind of behavior with those two activities, doing the same thing but in very different ways. If I'm sitting here trading, not recording it, not sharing it with the world on YouTube, then all right, then I might not trade as responsibly. So I'm watching this because it's really testing the VWAP here. It shot back above it, so I'm ready to stop out if need be. I have 1,065 shares. That's nothing to mess around with if this comes shooting back up. So very carefully watching this here. Average price is $7.74. If I were to hold this, if the stock continues higher, that would be really bad, so I'm not going to do that. So just a matter of time here before we see who wins the battle, the bulls or the bears. And I'm on the bear side, so let's go bears. Yeah, so anyways, I was saying if I was sitting here trading this, not recording it, sharing it with, not sharing it with the world, I wouldn't have the same pressure to perform and follow my rules, and I might make some detrimental mistakes. So in a way, I'm being kind of selfish because I'm putting this out here for myself. But at the same time, I do hope that it's good entertainment for you and you can see what some people like myself are doing in the stock market. So I did start the small account challenge last Tuesday. Today is the 8th day of this small account challenge. My account was $2,003 and something cents Tuesday morning before I started trading. And if all goes well today, if I don't give back over $1,000 of profit, I'll be up 10,000 on this account challenge, which is 5 times what my account was last Tuesday. So 500% gains in 2 weeks is insane. Very, very insane as far as any kind of return on anything is. And to be able to do that is, I'm just really grateful to have the opportunity to do this. And anyone can do it. All you need is internet, a computer, and a small account. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the internet, if you don't have the computer, you got to find another way to come up with that. But and I say anyone can do it, but I've been doing this for 2 years. It's taken me 2 years of hard work to get to the point where I'm at trading like today, where I've had one red trade of $100 something. So I'm just sitting here with my whole account in VCNX. Pretty happy about the trading today. JMP did come back down, but with my short here on VCNX, I'm doing just as good, if not better than, yeah, I'm doing better than if I had stayed in JMP. So that was a good decision. I'll pull up JMP here so you can see it. So there it is. I stopped out all the way up here. My price was somewhere way up there, but VCNX continuing lower here. And now it's below all the moving averages. It has all the room to come back down, really as much as it wants. If you look at the daily chart here, it was at, yesterday this stock had a high of $2.98. It closed at $2.81 yesterday. So I'm short at 774 with 1,065 shares, and it's at almost $1 below my price. So this is a great way to end the week. It's not over yet, but looking good. I'm happy to answer any and all questions. I will answer any and all questions that are commented on this video. So feel free to ask me anything. But I will not provide financial advice or anything of the sort. I'll just share with you my personal experience. This is extended to the downside here from coming down off the VWAP, but it is below the moving average here at $7.01. So there's some more pressure for it to come down there. It's like it made this move, and then it got here, and then now it can maybe make another move. I'm taking half of my position off there at 687. I just don't see it making that move, and it might pull back, so I'm happy taking off some profit there. If it continues down, that's okay. Still got 533 shares, and if it comes back up, I can short it around $7. So I got out at 687. We'll see what it does here. So coming back up here towards $7. Let me do some quick math here. So if you look down here, it says $4,342 is available. So if I do, well, I'll just do this on the screen here. I might not have time to do it. So here's my calculator to do $4,342, and I'm going to divide it by 7. So 620. So I'm going to put 620 in here, and I'm going to put 699 right here. And if it hits, wait, what am I doing? VCNX. So I'm going to put 620 right here. If it hits 699, I'll go with 698. Then I'll sell it. If it doesn't, if it continues down, that's okay. Otherwise, I'll be hitting the sell button here. But it does look like for now it's coming down. But if we do get to 698, I'll be shorting another 620 shares here. So I sent the order out. It didn't execute. It didn't quite get there. So it's not quite getting up to 698 here. If it doesn't, that's okay. Here we go. I think we'll get it here. So there we go. I shorted 620 shares at 698. Reason being, this moving average here. So basically I took profit at 687 and got a better price by 10 cents on 100 more shares. So if it were to break up here, then I would be losing a little bit of money by taking that trade. But if it continues down, then I'm going to make more money. 10 cents more plus 100 more shares. So that was a little bit of a move there to capitalize on this pulling back here towards this moving average. So now I have 1,153 shares short at an average price of 718. So big position, and it's not too far away from that price right now, but this thing could come down quite a bit. So calm, cool, and collected. Now, if you think about my P&L on the day today, realized and unrealized, I'm up $3,700 right then at that moment. And because I have 3,000 here and 400 there, 3,200 and 400, so that's 3,600. And if you think about the first day of this small account challenge, I had a $2,003 account and I made $1,400. If I were to do that well today with this $8,287 account, I'm just going to show this to you right here. Here's my account right here, $8,287. Then I would, I'm watching this here to see if it comes back up too high. Oops. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to leave this here. Nah, I'm going to move it back. Yeah, so this is coming back up to $7. So I'm definitely watching this very closely. My average price is $7.18. This is a moving average here that it's pushing up into, and if you look on the 1 minute chart, there's this moving average that's also here. So to come up above this, it would be pretty strong to the upside, trying to reclaim some of this downward trend that we've had. If I draw some, I'm going to draw some, so let me make this bigger. I'm going to draw some trend lines here on this 5 minute chart. So here we have a trend line right here. Something like that. Let's see. So I'm trying to get this position just right on these candles. So that looks like a downward. So you see how this line matches up with these the bottom of these candles here, and then I'm going to try and draw one on the top. I'm not the best at using these tools, but that'll work. Now I'm going to try and draw one here. So I think this candle might be an anomaly, but here's this. So basically this stock is coming down within this range, kind of bouncing back and forth. And let's see. Yeah, I really need to get better at drawing trend lines, but that's about what I'm looking at there. So make this smaller. So you can see here on the 5-minute chart how it's kind of coming down in this channel. So if it were to break out above this trend line on the top, then I would be concerned that it's going to make a large move higher. As long as it stays within here or even breaks down lower than this bottom trend line, then we're in good hands. So as the farther we go along here, so my average price right now is up here $7.18. So the farther we get along here, as the next candle forms, the high of this trend line gets lower and lower. So right now the high of the trend, the high of this candle could run into here at 720 or so, which is my price. So I would be stopping out at my price right where it might reverse on these trend lines. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on this 5-minute candle here. And when the next candle forms, it'll be about $7.05 or so, or $7.10, where the next candle would be breaking up. $7.05, where the next candle would be breaking up over this trend line. So that gives me some room there to stop out after it breaks above this trend line before it gets to my price of $7.18. So we'll see what happens here, but that's those are trend lines. I use them pretty often looking at breakouts and stocks breaking down. It just is another way to kind of look at where you might want to get in or out of a trade. Trading's always all about good entries, number one, and then good exits, number two. But good exits aren't anything without good entries. So it's pushing up on this moving average right at $7, and this moving average at $7.01. If it breaks up over that, I'll be a little bit on edge. It does look like it wants to. I'm going to hold it up until my price if it does, but I don't think it will, which is why I'm holding it. So the countdown here on the current 5-minute candle is 17 seconds. For the last 15 minutes, this stock has been pushing on this moving average without managing to break up over it, even for momentarily, really. And on the 1-minute chart, we've tapped this 20 EMA twice now almost. And so we'll see what happens here. It's kind of undecided right now, but does look like it's going to come down here. kind of feel like it might try and break up here. So I'm looking at the level 2, seeing the buying coming through here. So it's breaking over $7 here. We'll see what happens. My price is $7.18. So it's tapping this moving average here. I mean, tapping this trend line I drew in there. We'll see if it might come up and tap 716. So still holding my position. It's trying to tap the next moving average up there. There's always a chance I drew this trend line wrong, but either way, over 717, 18 would not be good. So look at that. Back down to $7. Below $7. Okay. So we really want to see this get below $7 and stay there. Ready to buy, or not quite ready to buy. Now I'm ready to buy. So here I'm getting a little bit tense, ready to buy if I have to, but also ready to hold it if it doesn't break up above my price. So definitely a battle here. So hitting that moving average right at my price. Watching the time and sales, seeing if there's a lot of buying or selling going through, and it looks like it's dropping down here to 7 and below 7. Seeing a lot of selling here, so lots of selling there. That's good. A lot of buying too. So I'm looking at the green and red on this time and sales, and I'm watching this price here, and I'm watching the ask and the bid. I'm watching the orders coming through, and this is exactly what we want, is it to come back down here and hold below $7. If I make this look easy, just know that it's not. It's not easy. A large majority of people who day trade lose money, something like over 90%, but there's different studies, but none of them really have it dialed down for sure. But maybe 1 out of 10 people that try and become a consistently profitable day trader succeed. It takes time, it takes money, it takes emotions, stress. But if you can manage to make it into that small percentile that consistently makes money day trading, it can change your life. So I've now been trading for 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is looking good to come down. I'm going to adjust this this moving average here on the 5-minute chart. So that's a little bit better. They look more parallel now than they were. So let's look on the daily chart and see where we're at here in history. So this is probably one reason there was quite a bit of resistance here, is this price level right here, 650 or so. Well, let's see, 695, yeah. So the high of the body of this candle is 695. That's back in August. But we're continuing down now. So as far as the next levels where we might see some resistance, looking here, could be right here at 660. So that's where we are right now, is this the top of this candle. All right, so I'm just pointing out to you very detrimental mindset thought I just had. I looked down here. You can't see it, but move myself over. I looked down here and looked at the total P&L on the day and saw this 3,800. That's the realized 3,200 and unrealized 600. And I thought to myself, well, it would be great to increase my account by 50% today, which is $4,143.50. And so I'll just leave this here so you can see those numbers. So that's a bad thought, because then I'm trading my P&L, not the market, not what's in front of me. If I say these things over and over and over, I'm not sorry, because they're the most important things to me in my day trading, is to trade what's in front of me and not my P&L. Trade the market. I don't even have that many commissions today because I'm only trading 2 stocks. So this is definitely a week for shorting for me. I don't remember about Monday. Yeah, I don't remember about, or no, Monday the market was closed. I don't remember about Tuesday, but yesterday for sure and today for sure. It's the day of shorting. Coming down here. So you can see that level that I found here on the daily chart of 660 is definitely some a level of support here. Any major levels on the daily chart do make a difference. This level is so here we are at 660 on the day, and the level that that is kind of trading on right now is the high of this candle, which is from September 17th. September 17th of 2020, where it got to a high of 661. So those daily levels are important. After that, 650 is a little bit of a level, and after that, it also got to 660 right here. So yeah, 664. So that's what's happening right now. That's the resistance coming down. It does look like it'll break down below that, and the next level will probably be 650. After 650, $6. So if we can break down below this level here, break down below 650, then we're gonna look for $6. If it doesn't break down below it, we have room to get out here. Probably get out at $7. It'll be a minor disappointment if that happens, but I'd still make, a couple hundred on this trade. A disappointing couple $100. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I should trade standing up more often. Coming down here, down below 660 for a moment. Still respecting that level, but it did bounce down there, and now it's coming down and trying to break the $0.50 momentarily. So after it does break the $0.50, if it does here, I'm going to look for it to come all the way down to $6 in a couple 5, 10, 15 minutes. Here's the news again for this stock. VCNX announces signing of 2 multi-project deals with leading pharmaceutical companies focused on leveraging its active MAB platform. We're below 660 again. Back up to 660. So it is right at the high end of this channel we've been bouncing back and forth in on the way down. That's really quite a big channel there. If it does bottom out here at 660, which it's not doing, it's coming down. Well, if it bottoms out at 650, I'll want to stop out pretty quickly after it breaks over this channel, this trend line. But we're coming down here, watching the level 2 now. There's some buyers at 651 here getting eaten up. We're going to look for it to go to 650. There's some buyers at 650 here. And boom, broke down below that level. So now we're looking for it to get below 650 and stay there. It might take a minute or two. But once it's below 650 here, we should see it come down towards $6. Might take some time. So I haven't taken any profit for a while here. My average price is $7.18. So it's respecting the $0.50. So is it going to stay in this channel between these trend lines, or is it going to come and break out to the upside? I don't know. MYT. I'll check it out on a different chart. MYT. So VCNX coming down. Okay. It really does want to stay at 650. Lots of buying and selling. Trying to see who's going to win the battle, the bulls or the bears. So in my mind here, I am starting to question whether I should start taking some profit on this one, because 650 has been a pretty strong level here, and it's been kind of flattening out here a little bit towards breaking to the upside of this trend line. And we've been respecting this trend line for a long time now. So I am starting to question if I should be getting out of this here. So we'll see what happens. But it does, if it does break below 650 and hold it, and hold that level, it's good for down to $6. So just waiting to see what it does here. There's a chance this trend line is a little bit tight on here, and this could come up to 665 on the 1 minute chart. I was thinking about where would I get out if I did. But here we're getting the move down below 650. We'll see if it can sustain it. It's having a hard time, but $25 seconds left on this 1 minute candle. Let's see if we can get back down below 650. Trading for 3 hours now. All right, so it looks like that level there, it really wants to hold 650. So this moving average on the 1 minute chart is 663. If it breaks up above that, so it came up and is tapping it, it got to 662. But we want it to reject this moving average and stay down here in the 50s before it has time to move lower. If it gets up above 663, I'd be concerned. So watching here, watching the level 2, glancing over at the charts, see what this one can do. The moving average is 663. There's a big buyer there. 661. It's at 663 now. I'm stopping out with half my position. Just taking some profit here. So it could turn around and come back down and break below, but I'm just taking some profit off the table there, just in case it does not. So might lose out on some money if it turns around here, if it continues to go down. But the fact that it did break above this trend line, which I think I have drawn pretty well. Okay, so here we go. I did get out there a little bit early, but it's okay. I was managing the risk. So as this comes down, I'll try and get out maybe around $6. So even the fact that I'm up almost $4,000 on this stock, getting out there at 663 and then seeing this come down here is a little bit irritating, because I'm leaving money on the table. But I always have to put put things into perspective and acknowledge that if I didn't buy it back there and for whatever reason it continued to go up, that would be at least twice as frustrating. Twice as frustrating if that happened and I gave a bunch of money back. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And I'm happy with taking that profit off the table. So I'm looking for this to make a bigger move down towards $6. I don't think I want to trade it much lower than $6 because that's where it opened up on the day here on the daily chart. Yeah, the low's 580 today. It opened up at 595. So down towards $6. I'll probably take the whole position off. So we're looking for a break below 640. Coming down here, 634. Go and get below 630. So looks like it's dropping down here. 633. So a little bit of a struggle here to come down. There was a big buyer there at 636, so definitely some support here on its way down. Got some stocks hitting the high of day scanner there. All right, look at this on VCNX. Can it break below 630? So it's right at 630 here, the lowest it's been. Looking for a move down into the 20s. So struggling a little bit at 6:30, but lots of selling going on here. Lots of red on the tape. Lots of red coming down. So I'm gonna cover half at 625 there, and now I just have 289 shares short. So if we get down below the 20s, I'll probably just take the rest off. This stock could keep coming down for quite a while today, but I've been trading for 3 hours and 8 minutes now, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not going to be in the best mindset necessarily, and so I'm going to want to be cautious about continuing to trade today. 3 hours is a pretty long time to be staring at this many screens and this much rapidly changing information and numbers. So if we break below this 626 buyer, a big seller there at 630, that's good for us. All right, back down to 626. Let's see some red on the tape here, 626. Not seeing any green. Looks like, there we go. Got some selling coming down, 624. More green, more red, more red, more red. And I put an order out here at 621, canceling that. Using hotkeys, so use hotkeys to get into and out of all these stocks for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the rest here at 618 if I can. Nope, didn't fill. Or tried at 617. So it looks like it's getting pretty worn down here. I'm just going to stop out. So I'm all out. And I'm going to call it a day right now. I'm up $4,056 on 2 stocks, JMP and VCNX. These stocks were right off the leading gappers here. So VCNX gapping up 100% still right now, and JMP still up 78% on the day. Both of them have around a 7 million share float, and both of them were great trades today, great stocks to trade, shorting both of them. And I'm going to call it a day, up 4,000. My account this morning, $8,287. You can see that right here. $8,287. And I just increased my account by nearly 50%. So that's incredible gains on the day. By far my best day of this small account challenge. On Monday, my account will be at $12,000. So that's really cool. Almost halfway to 25,000. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you got this far, if you're watching this right now, thank you very much. I hope it was entertaining. If you would please subscribe, because I'm going to be trading live every day from 9:15 a.m. Eastern time until I'm done. Maybe earlier if there's good pre-market activity. So subscribe, like this video, ask me any questions, and thanks for joining me here. and I'll be back at it on Monday morning.